With the way things are going right now, these countries, Saudi Arabia mainly, the UAE, perhaps Jordan, perhaps even Egypt, because they share borders with Gaza. I think their main concern is if they were to take a military stance, realistically speaking, pragmatically speaking, if they were to take a military stance, they are, sure, they're 100% sure that they're going to be invaded by the U.S., that their nations is going to get annexed, that their nations is going to be destroyed because the U.S. and Israel are, they're coming in with their airstrikes, they're coming in with the tanks, with all sophisticated U.S. military capabilities. But perhaps there's one thing that they're not thinking about, and that is the ambitions of Yemen. If their main concern is military actions from the U.S. and Israel against them for, if they take a military stance, I think in the future they will face a similar danger from Yemen. Failing to mobilize and protecting Israel and coordinating with Israel militarily and enabling this genocide to continue, eventually Yemen's not going to have any other option but perhaps to wage a military attack against such nations, or perhaps even beginning with Saudi Arabia. The Yemeni army wants to mobilize and march to liberate occupied Palestine. The obstacle standing in the way is Saudi Arabia, is Jordan. That's the barrier that stands between the liberation of Palestine and the military operation of Yemen. Not through airstrikes, not through hypersonic missile attacks and drones, but I'm talking about a ground military offensive. The Saudi government is going to eventually fear the axis of resistance, fear the military operations from Yemen, which will perhaps get them to sooner or later break. If it came down to, listen, there's a greater military threat against Saudi Arabia pending from Yemen than that of the U.S., then maybe that could be leveraged by the Yemeni government to the advantage of the Muslim Ummah.